Live streaming. Will this hype continue after the lockdown is over? Let's talk about that right now. This is Share the Knowledge.
SDK all day, baby. Share the knowledge. Let's go.
So this question from Instagram is all about live streaming, and you've probably seen a lot of DJs doing live streams. Maybe you've been doing live streams as well. The lockdown has us all at home, and this is one of the best ways that you can still get yourself out there. Now, the question is, will the hype of virtual DJ sessions die after COVID? Now we're talking live streams. Will this elevate more bedroom DJs and make the competition a more even playing field? So it's interesting. I think live streaming is a great way, a great tool, like I said, to get yourself out there, to stay sharp because you're performing live, even though you don't have the audience in front of you. And I believe live streaming is something that is here to stay. Now, it's not new. DJs were doing this before the lockdown. I used to do live streams. I will be doing live streams again as well. I was doing that years ago. I know plenty of DJs who did it, but now it's the best and only real outlet we have. And a lot of DJs have now discovered it, tried it for the first time. And you can just tell if you look online. If you're looking for equipment needed for live streaming, let's say a capture card, a video capture card to capture your live stream, stuff like that, iRigs, all of it is sold out or hard to get. So a lot of DJs are doing this right now. I think after this pandemic is over and we all get out of this lockdown, live streaming will continue to be something that a lot of DJs will use. Now, I'm pretty sure that most DJs that have a lot of gigs, once they get back to doing more gigs, they won't live stream as much, but they might still add it and do it every once in a while. But a lot of other DJs will continue to use the live stream format, even when the pandemic is over. The cool thing is it allows you to DJ for people even when you don't have any bookings. And of course, it might only be one or two people. That's not important at first, but at least you have the option to do that. I also think that the audience is actually getting used to live streams and seeing this as an alternative means to consume music. So instead of playing music on Spotify or Apple Music, they can also tune into plenty of live streams. And of course, a live stream will actually give you a DJ mixing songs. So it's going to be a little bit different than just playing songs on Spotify. Now, for some, it's not something they're into. They just want to hear exactly the songs they want to hear. They want that jukebox format. So they'll use one of the normal streaming platforms. They'll go to Apple Music, play their own playlist, and be perfectly happy that way. But I can see a lot of people using live streams just as music that they play at home. So it's not going to be about the visual that much. They won't be looking at the screen to see you DJ the entire time. But if they find you and they like your style of music, they like your mixing, your selection, it's very plausible that they'll subscribe to you, check you out, and whenever you have a live stream, they'll just have that playing in the background and listen to your mix. The same way you can go online now and listen to mixes, they're going to do that as well. I think that is going to happen. I've also noticed that a lot of DJs have found that live streaming gives them more freedom and they're experimenting a lot more. So in their normal club sets, they might not play the songs that they're playing during the live stream because I think it's because of the lack of fear of losing your audience. Even though you can lose your audience in a live stream as well because people tune in, and if they're not interested in what they see or hear, they'll log out again. They'll just leave the stream. But if you're playing in a club and you see your dance floor getting empty, that's like a big no-no. So you're basically trapped in a situation where you have to make sure you're pleasing the crowd. And a lot of times in clubs, that can lead to playing a select group of songs. There's still a lot of music you can play, but you're going to be bound to playing more of the popular music to keep them there. During a live stream, even if they're watching, they're not in front of you. You don't see that dance floor. I can tell that a lot of DJs feel that freedom, and that's actually uplifting. It's a great feeling. You can just tell. I know I have turned down plenty of gigs in the last years because I was not interested in that type of gig because I knew what was going to be expected of me. And I just feel I don't have the energy for that anymore. I want to do gigs where I can actually play what I want to play. So that leaves less gigs, but live streaming is one of those outlets that will allow you to do exactly what you want to do. And possibly, hopefully, over time, you can actually build a fan base that is into the style that you're playing on your live streams, which may then lead to bookings as well. But no, I think live streams are here to stay. Is it going to even the playing field for all DJs and bedroom DJs? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, yes, everyone now has the opportunity to just get their stream out there, but it's still going to be difficult to find an audience. If you're currently a bedroom DJ and you haven't played out yet, you have no followers when it comes to like an audience that knows you from clubs or your mixes online, whatever, it's not really likely that all of a sudden they're going to watch your live stream. That doesn't mean that you can't start to build a fan base by doing live streams, actually promoting them to the right audience, either through paid advertising or doing a lot of research, searching for the hashtags of artists that you play in your sets, finding the people online who like those artists, and actually plug that live stream to all of those people. It is possible to build an audience, but it's not as if all of a sudden you're on the same level as DJs with a following, because there's plenty of DJs out there right now who have a following that they built over years from doing shows, from having mixes online, and those people already know that DJ. So that DJ can now just post online, hey, live streaming this Friday from 2 to 4. They're going to have people tuning in because they already had an audience. So, yes, bedroom DJs can also come out and play on the same platform as known DJs, but it doesn't mean that you're starting from that same point. You're still going to have to build and basically just start from the beginning. But I think it's here to stay. I think it's a good thing. And it allows you to practice playing in front of people in a way. So if you haven't played in clubs yet, the live stream does bring you to a next level because now you're playing, and even though the people aren't there, if you have a screen here and you can see the comments, then you're going to be aware of the fact that people are watching you while you play. That adds a little bit of extra stress. It is tricky, and that's why I tell everyone who wants to start live streaming, do it now and don't worry about the people yet, because you're going to have to get used to live streaming. You're going to have to get used to how you want to record it, to get the video right, to get the audio right. Audio is more important, by the way. To understand that you're playing for people even though you're not seeing them. So to try to play that way. Now, reading the crowd is something you can't really do. The only thing you can do is watch comments. But it is a different feeling. So if you are already used to playing in front of people, now you start live streaming, you're going to see that there's a lack of energy because you're not getting your oohs and ahs that you normally get when you play for people. You can't see hands going up. So that's a different feel. I remember doing radio appearances in the beginning. Like I would do a guest spot on a radio show and do a set. And you come in with your records and you're used to playing in the club, and all of a sudden you're there in a little studio behind a set, no audience, but you still have to play as if you're playing for an audience. But when you throw the new track in, there's no reaction because the people are at home listening. And I remember that was a weird feeling to me. I had to get used to that. Like, just imagine that they actually react because they're not there to react to you. Same thing with live streaming. The only difference is now you can actually see comments. So whenever I live stream, I make sure I have some sort of screen or just a second phone right there so I can A, check if the stream is still on, and B, I can check the reactions. And that's a good thing. That is a way to interact with people as well. But back to the beginning, yes, I believe there's a future for it. Some DJs will do it every once in a while. Some will make it a standard thing. And we'll see where this goes. It's a beginning stage right now. I see people experimenting with doing pay-per-view live streams now as well, turning it more into a business. I see bigger DJs doing like big live streams with sponsors and guest DJs. taking advantage of the technical abilities that we have right now, there's a lot that you actually can do. So it's cool to see, and we'll see where this goes.